What's going on, guys? It's Adam P and welcome back to the behind the scenes content ahead of Newcastle United's UEFA Champions League campaign as we take on Athletic Bilbao, probably the most friendly, if you could ever say such a word, the most friendly Champions League match out of the lot. Of course, we are playing against a team that has a real truce and organic connection with Newcastle United that's been formed amongst the 1990s. Since then, we've got to see the more modern years when they came up to St James's Park for the Salad Cup weekend. Again, both teams just get on, and it's going to be a very, I'd argue, a great reaction between the two fan bases. But of course, on the pitch, that all changes. And we are tonight outside the hotel of Athletic Bilbao because for the first time ever, an opposition team has actually promoted the fact that they're going to be here at 5:30 outside this hotel. So I'm assuming they're encouraging fans to come along and just to clap or be able to see the players as they go in. We're just here to check it out. We're going to see how many people turn up. We're going to see how the reaction is. And I wanted to focus a bit more on the opposition team because I don't think Newcastle fully deserves that 100% focus off the West Ham game because it was just poor, wasn't it? So we'll look at why that may have been in a bit. But for now, we'll show you how this goes first. Dude. So just to let you know, by the way, so it actually looks like this second coach could be mistaken, but that looks like player families. So they've actually got their player families and a second coach. They must travel down with the team. Yeah, they definitely don't look like.
Can't bring him anywhere. Oh, good bean. Not the one you want. Bubble! For the band! Who's saying that? Bubble! Vivian! seguro, sí.
Athletic Bilbao have now arrived in Newcastle ahead of their UEFA Champions League match tomorrow. I had a chance to speak to a few fans off camera. Great spirits, looking forward to the game, but deep down, a lot of luck, they said, in their point of view, needed to get one over Newcastle. And you have to look at the reality. 9 injuries, Nico Williams is out, Inaki Williams is out, Sancha is out, Yuri is out. They've got real quality players out for them, and it's a game where you know the importance of it for Newcastle. They've got to win tomorrow. Newcastle had to get the job done tomorrow. And I wanted to speak to a couple of brilliant positives I saw from Athletic Bilbao, because I actually saw the 2 coaches come in. First one had the players and the staff comes on. Unless I've completely misjudged the situation, it looks like the second coach had the players' families on, which is actually the first time I've seen an opposition team arrange travel, arrange accommodation, arrange what would likely be in the same plane, where the families can just come down with the players. Obviously, the players will be happy to be comfortable being able to spend time with their families. And I thought I was brilliant. I actually really enjoy these teams that come here that show real respect to their heritage, just show their players with respect as well. And I think the players show that respect back towards the fans, because the Athletic Bilbao fans went straight over to their fans, took a few photographs, signed a few autographs just for their fans, which I kind of like, because deep down though, there's obviously Newcastle fans that might be just autograph collectors in general, might want to get a few autographs, but yeah, I think some of those people as well there were probably also looking to potentially sell autographs on. And I think especially for some of the players there, you could see the player there wasn't too pleased about signing some of the autographs, so he went straight in. And I kind of rate that. I do rate that quite a lot. On the topic of Bilbao, as I said before, mid-table in La Liga football, the same as Newcastle were mid-table in the Premier League. So it's a match that going into, they've lost against Dortmund, they've lost against Arsenal, they've won against Karabakh in their last game. Every match you've got to treat with respect. Every game you've got to go into, never assume that you're guaranteed to win, because trust me, Newcastle found out the hard way against West Ham what going into a game with loads of confidence can do, because we were just a bit complacent, we weren't great, and we didn't quite bring what was required of us to be able to get past West Ham. And looking at Newcastle point of view, of course, looking at the press conference from Eddie Howe and from Dan Burn, went into detail about what players are going to be available. Trippier, thank the Lord, Trippier has been training, so he's expected to come back in tomorrow for Emil Krah. Bruno is somewhat out with an illness. Eddie Howe said that he trained separately indoors with an illness, so hopefully tomorrow he'll have just about enough. I reckon he'll be on the bench even if he doesn't start. I think he'll be in amongst the team, so we've just got to be hopeful of that happening tomorrow. A few other points to take away from it is the fact that Livramento is back out on the field. He's finally back training with the team again, so hopefully you get Livramento back in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to speak on real props towards Trippier, because I do have to say, I think him not playing against West Ham, you're seeing what a big difference. Even at 34 years old, Trippier can bring to the team, because I think he's brilliant. I still think, considering the fact he has to play 3 times a week, at his age, he's still delivering. He is still delivering for Newcastle. And I felt like it would be appropriate to let you all know about Kieran Trippier, because Pete Graves has very politely messaged me and wanted me to inform you all that he will be amongst Rowan Barton and Stuart Pearce in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys want to be able to purchase tickets and listen to what they have to say, and if you want to meet them as well, you can also do that. The link will be down in my pinned comments, so make sure to go over and have a chance to do so, to get yourselves along. And I do have to give props, just off topic from Trippier, fair play to Stuart Pearce. Of course, he originally agreed to take part in the event before the unfortunate passing of his son. He still wants to go, he still wants to do the event, he still wants to see Newcastle fan. Fair play to him, because I don't know if I could, because I could never imagine what things are like for him at the minute. So fair play, and yeah, good on him and good on everyone else as well. So if you guys would like to go, it'll be down in the pinned comment. I just wanted to mention a couple more things. Of course, Champions League, listen, I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing to watch Newcastle play. We're all excited to see Newcastle play in the Champions League. But let's be honest, Newcastle need to perform in the league, and they need to perform every single game. It's no good focus on tomorrow. It's no good focus on Fulham in the Carabao Cup. We have to perform in the league, and I'm going to be real. I was brutal about this in West Ham, and I still feel this way now. I think, not to discredit our team, because the illness in the background I think has affected performances somewhat, but let's just put the illness aside. Were we good at Leeds away? No. Were we good at Bournemouth away? No. Were we good at Brighton away? Not for a half? No. Were we good at Villa away? No. Newcastle need to perform in these away games, and we need to perform every single week. I think we do have, as much as I don't want to disrespect some players, I think there are some cherry pickers in that team. I'm willing to bet there's some players there, maybe not as horrific as that, but I certainly think there are players in that team that just look to stay fit and look to stay 100% for the big games. That means in the games that aren't your big matches, I don't think they give 100%. Because that West Ham performance, even with the illness bug going on, I still don't think there was 100% there. And I am going to be critical towards that now, because especially a player like Gordon, who, by the way, has not scored or assisted in his last 19 Premier League games. There's no coincidence he's classing every single Champions League game, because they're clearly the games that he wants to play him. He needs to deliver in the Premier League. These other players need to deliver in the Premier League as well. I don't want to pinpoint one player, because it's not just one player, but I'm sick of players at this club looking at this game. You need to focus on your games as well, because what good is the Champions League if we don't qualify for European football next season, unless we win the Champions League, which, let's be honest, as much as I like us to do that, is not realistic. So unless Newcastle actually wins the Champions League, you're not going to get European football next season mid-table. You're never going to get European football, so we have to deliver, we have to do well, and so far in the league we have been miles off it. So sort it out, basically, is my question after today. But of course, let's get the job done again, Bilbao more. You're 9 points at that point. Then PSV again is your last home game. That is getting you into the knockout phase of the Champions League if you win these 2 home games. That's the focus. But once you get this game over and done with, we have to focus on the league. I can't make the message clearer. It's all good playing good now, but even going into this game, I'm a bit deflated from the weekend, because I just want to see Newcastle play well on all fronts, and I don't think we have. Tomorrow, sort it out, and then Brentford at the weekend. That's a hard game, but again, 100%. I don't expect wins, but I certainly expect 100%. And I want to see that on Sunday against Brentford. But for now, guys, hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know your opinions down below. Hope you've enjoyed seeing this in the background. What do you think about Bilbao? Are you a big fan of them? I certainly am. I like the way they've been treating their fans so far. And I like the way they've checked their own player families as well. I think it's top draw, and good on them. Take care, guys, and we'll see you all tomorrow for match day.